think if we were playing this in VCT EMEA specifically, I think it would feel a lot more like that. But at least here at EWC, you've had a lot of underdogs overperform. You've had a lot of teams, Karmine Corp included, come red hot into this event. And let's see if they can maintain that momentum into this quarterfinal against one of the world's best. It's Fnatic and it's Avril and Achilles to bring you through the cast.
Thank you very much, Pilski. Well, let's go ahead and get ready to jump into this one. Wait for that timer to start coming down.
Thoroughly enjoyed the head-to-head of the two IGLs in the shot before we headed in towards map Boaster versus Stardak. And how we're going to navigate this sunset today. First quarter final of EWC, first time Valorant at this event. And a top 8 EMEA versus EMEA showdown, the first of 2 today. There's only 2 EMEA teams will escape from this opening round to head into semis tomorrow.
The stage is set, 10 seconds remaining. The barriers get ready to drop, looking like double sheriff here. Viz and Martine both going to be taking those up, whereas Fnatic widely going to be sticking to the ghosts. Both are on the half armor. Fnatic first here on the defenses. Recon going forward, checking around mid. Nothing going to be spotted there. A couple shots going to be flying, and that's going to be Sonic tagged up just a tiny little bit.
Getting a few love taps in there, but it will be KC moving through. First orb from Vez. Look for how many running backs we get. At least 3 for Vez would be absolutely amazing. First up, Vez. Kill him to Boaster. IGL down. The rest of the rotations, KC flooding in as well. Coming in to assist.
Just the 2 players here for now. There's a quick peek, and Kayak coming away with a kill. They're onto a lead. Thrown out from Sonic. And look to try to play Martine in from Ali. Does get interrupted though. As swing onto the corner. Alpier head taken off. Martine finding the kill there. Site now open for the taking, or so they think is, yes, the final shot's coming through. Crashes Kayak will hit the floor, and it's just on Chronicle now in a 1v3.
Vez opens it. He might end this one as well. Again, paying attention to how many ults in terms of points he's able to get here. Chronicle has a lot to do and won't be able to.
It's not going to be ready there. That left side peak, so Chronicle does get taken down, and that's going to be the pistol coming through for Karmine Corp. So solid start. Looks like we might still have some minor investments here as Alfier considering the Bucky going into the eco.
Really, that opening kill coming through, shutting down Boaster instantly, then taking control. And 2 players going down there for KC as well. Yeah, put the Vandal in the hands of your star duelist. Get him to work. And as you mentioned, Alpha on that Bucky.
It's going to send it.
Revealing area.
Running straight to Martine.
Swing in, and Kayak, hell of a shot.
Gun here.
The weapon is going to be on the floor, and that's going to be recoverable here. Nobody else playing around that side of the map, so can just scoop up that Marshall. And immediately, Kayak just going to be gate crashing across to the opposite side. Still the Sheriff in hand. Push coming forward here into market. Sonic going to be taking that first contact. Needs a bullet to the shoulder, but Aves on the swing will be able to go ahead and stop Kayak's reign of terror. So B site now open for the taking.
Now they'll be there. Retake now for Fnatic. Patient is going to have to be Chronicle and the rest of the squad. As you sort of mentioned there, at least the Marshal got put in the hands of Crash. He's a fair. So looking towards his own Bucky. Chronicle will forward. Vez popping off right now.
That dodges the relay bolt, so Alfier just sliding forward to his own demise. Boaster does trade one back. Still an opportunity to do some damage as Crashies arrives and finds a headshot. Spike not yet planted. Still plenty of time to work with here for Karmine Corp, but they've already lost 3 players. Paranoia gets sent. Planted. Full util kit available here to Crashies, the drone, to lead out. Sugetsu backpedaling, makes it around the corner before the ping can come in. Recon, however, going to be whipped. Boaster with a Bucky, able to find one elite.
Camera taken out.
Swinging forward, and will be able to find it. Nearly loses his life. Karmine close out the anti-eco, but it's only a single Vandal that they carry forward into the bonus.
Yeah, just didn't quite have the damage there. Almost had that one shot. Crashies. You could have seen that situation coming through from Fnatic so clean.
Absolutely.
They actually got the scan off, the drone, got the tag off as well, but because it is Crashies that has to use the drone, once he gets that tag, has to pull his Marshal and doesn't have time to shoot before Karmine can get behind the corner. And comes down to just a 1 versus 1, but we're already into round 3. Running back's already available. This is going to be a fast round potentially. Certainly KC know what the game plan is. Here we go. Good ball in hand. It'll be first peek coming through.
It's going to be flash exchange.
Kayak's already gone, by the way. Already get crashed out of here.
So curveball paranoia going to be used here. And Boaster able to just freely back away. As Kayak does return. Just a late linger here from Elite. Going to be waiting to see. He can try to push forward. Once his team starts making a bit of noise around this A site, get himself onto a flank angle, but that's all this site for Util.
Meanwhile, look over towards mid. It's got to be the drone out from Crashies. Down goes Alpha. Making that flank happen.
Camera's there. And it now does get cleared out, so they're aware of this position forward at Tiles. Alpha here going to see if he can try to get the jump on it, but it's this trip still nearby. If he goes fast enough, may be able to find a catch on Ascent, who's slowly pushing forward. Immediately, the run it back going to be dealt with, though. Boaster up on top of the box here. On that defender's side, able to come away with that shutdown. Elite now lurking, finds Alpha, trades it back, trades it up.
Crashies trying to find an opening here. Into the post plant. Elite has the flank under control. Can come in late for this one as well. Paranoia. Here comes Fnatic.
Still getting sent, but it's just the clone storming forward. So the scaling off the back of that. And Blind not really being seen quite just yet. I was about to swing out, spots them, and has them both. Two headshots connecting, and immediately Chronicle and Boaster have to back away. Bonus conversion coming through. As that's going to be Karmine Corp on the hunt, looking for a bit more.
Yeah, Fnatic just unable to get anything done there. They might not even be able to get out with their weapons. Certainly KC won't allow this to happen. They've got so many members, like Getsu and Martin, happy to hunt here, given that they got nothing real to drop. But as the timer fades, they'll pick up a couple of upgrades here, walk away with that one. A Vez insane double headshot to end any chance for Fnatic to be able to come back in that round. 3-0 to start things out with. Gun round failed by FNC. However, they hold on to 2 guns at least.
Still very rough position to be in. We'll see what the buy ends up looking like here for the side of Fnatic, but rough tidings so far for Chronicle and Alpha here. Not on the board quite just yet. As it was a decent start to shut down the run it back. Felt like maybe that would really slow things up, allow for everybody from Fnatic to get into position, but yeah, Alpha gets picked on the flank and Aves just has them lined up. 2 headshots, 7-1-0 so far here on the Phoenix.
They weren't even like properly lined up either. There was one high, one low, but still shots connecting. This spread helping Aves out majorly there. Run it down was at least shut down as mentioned, but that was all really that Fnatic was able to get.
He's already a third of the way to the next one after those kills.
That's the thing, right? Like I said early on, watch how many he gets and watch if Martin can get more done here. It's not going to happen. That's one rifle collected over. Or rather, they're not going to go for the rifle. They're going to swap weapons in terms of giving it to Alpha.
Plan to come through. Just checking out the angles here with the hot hands. Nothing going to be spotted. Curveball going to be sent. Relay bolt. Dissuade. Tavis has to backpedal. Still plenty of players in position, though. Try to defend the take onto the side, but Alpha finding a slight little angle there. Clips Elite into the head through the wall. Both are finding to get to at the same time. That's just Sada. Now Aves. They will quickly get taken down. Fnatic find themselves now on the board, and this time only lose out on 1 player.
Yeah, the drone will break down that crossfire, and Aves with too many angles to look at and turn around for 1 second. Alfea's got his head. And a thrifty win coming on through. It starts over on towards A, and they didn't even pick up that gun. Instant rotation. And then for KC, couldn't quite handle what Fnatic brings in through the thrifty. Perfect retake in once more, just defeating that crossfire. So strong, and Elite as well, dying super early. Just a split second. I mean, look at this. Pixel available. Arthur sees his head, sees his positioning, and it's all gone.
No need for a timeout call quite just yet. 3-1, KC still going to be feeling it comfortable, but honestly wouldn't be surprised if they lose this round here. If they want to try to pump the brakes. It's going to happen in dominant fashion, at least.
We'll see where Alpha takes us one a little bit later on. Unfortunately, no one walking up towards him for now. All on top mid. Wait for the gate crash here is all possibility for Kayak to join the rest of the team.
I just wanted the angle and expected Boaster there early. Would have certainly been able to find the kill, but ends up splitting his attention across 2 sides of the peak. Kill on Ascent to take on the sights. All the more difficult here for KC. The swing across Kayak's presence is very much known. Tripwires still in position here. His hot hands goes into the back. Trip set up. Cam there as well. Now going to be cleared out. Chronicle still just on the lurk. Sets up the cage. Boaster pushing forward. Chronicle finding two. Boaster does get taken down, but it's going to be clean taps coming in off the back of that as Crashies collects the remainders. Fnatic now closing the gap.
Yeah, Kron stood strong there. Cam revealed the light, didn't quite get a tag, but just sees all the information, knows what Casey's so far post-plant situation looks like, and Crashies winning over towards market as well. Good stuff. Really important as well that no one on Fnatic was caught out in that early top mid blade. Curveball came through and instantly dropping off the position. It didn't take long. Fnatic, they'll drop 3 rounds, save 2 guns from their opening number 3 gun round, and instantly converting further forward. Of course, Alpha still has his op. I'm not too sure if he actually took a shot, so this one may still be hidden away from Casey information-wise. This Crashies also knows there's been quite a decent amount of interest coming through from mid, and with a tag on the drone, he's looking for the first blood.
Fishing for it, but final shot ends up being a whiff like the previous 2. So ult out for free. Sonic one charge away from having his Hunter's Fury, but Ava's now going to be taken down. Elite though, the response immediate. Boaster Crashies, the new dynamic duo of Fnatic, both taken down. See what the play call ends up looking like here for Fnatic now on the back foot.
It's going to be a split defense here for Fnatic. Things have gone quiet. Kayak's going to start moving around. No gate crash for the time being, so just going to be pushing his body fully across Elite, finding the information. Yep. 1-1 and 1 with 2 leaning on the right side, which means we're going over towards B. Go to Kron's site. How good is Kron going to be this time around?
Sugetsu, Elite gets himself on the board with that kill as Kayak does get taken down. Chronicle, however, a big round of the previous looking to make it happen yet again, but is going to be quickly overwhelmed. And Alpha can even try to play this one out, just has the operator in hand, and on the swing will get struck down. Martin can pick that up for himself if he really wants to, but seems like he will leave it where it lies. Yeah. 4-2 though, Karmine maintain the lead.
He was just ready for it. He was ready for Chronicle as well. Things got a little bit dicey when Chronicles took down Sadak, who, by the way, Sadak was ready to plant for his Hunter's Fury, but will die for it and will still get the ultimate. Speaking of which, after this, by the way, I mean, we didn't get the clip there, but Elite getting 2 in the mid, really huge. That round for KC to be able to maintain numbers, and then Martin finishing things off. Dimensional Drift and Runner Back both available at the same time here. Things could get pretty deadly, especially considering you Dimensional Drift in, start pinging some members, get some tags on the Hunter's Fury. That's got to be money.
Scouting forward. Sees the Opus there and tries it with the shorty, but Alpha says, I've got one of my own. Absolutely outdoes the Yoru. That is a massive kill, and then gets the shutdown onto the Runner Back as well. Alfier starting to come online, which is a very scary prospect if you're Karmine Corp.
Probably the hardest member to try and catch the Hunter's Fury on as well, given how fast the Neon of Alpha is. And Boaster will put the plug on top of KC. This round is all but done now. Spike gone, Alpha on 3, and Fnatic looking for their third.
And that is just an Alfier round. Trust that his teammates will be able to recover this operator should they need to, and they will. But they can very quickly push forward. Not a flawless round, but damn near that. Alfier going crazy.
Martin, that play just coming straight out of the Dimensional Drift into the face of Alpha. And the fact that Alpha's so quick on the trigger finger, he got his own shorty to play through. It's a Wild Wild West duel at high noon, except straight in point-blank range. No, we're not taking 30 paces back for this one.
I think it's a decent time to remind people, just because you see something do something doesn't mean that you can do it yourself.
Something's been punished a lot for it too, to be honest. I'm seeing a lot of these Euro plays like, no, it's just going to exit Dimensional Drift in your face and just see what happens.
I don't want the Yorus in my games on my team trying to do the same thing all the time.
All right, Jemkin drops 30 when he does that. Except, unless he's at EWC, of course, but...
Yeah, fair enough. Drone leading forward, not going to get deep enough to really spot anything, so opposite position of tiles. Unnoted for now. Again, Crash is set up for the exit in case Kayak needs to jump across mid. Alfier.
Yep.
Not going to be falling forward. Is the fake out. I'm hoping somebody goes for the actual real fake, but it's not going to be Martin because now he's dead.
Too easy for Alpha.
Finds himself another.
That.
And it's the exact same thing from the previous round. He kills both duelists off the rip.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly impressive when it's both duelists in their ultimates. But this time around, with no ults on board, KC, that just means you lose 2 players off rip, and well, you lose an extra one now. Sagetsu wants to go exploring a little bit straight into the crosshair of Crashies. A 40 seconds left to go. time to start thinking about the save. Not a lot of money left to play through in this round, and too many Fnatic players on the defense, so waiting and ready to win.
30 seconds
And
left.
as you get tied up here, I think that this is where Karmine Corp are going to have to really think about calling the timeout. Fnatic, you know, trusting in the players, trusting in Bosa to be able to right the ship, letting the players warm up a little bit. We saw some roughness from Chronicle and Alpha here, but now they are just absolutely pounding.
Make sure you tag Termi in that tweet too. Statement.
Oh, trust me, he's well aware.
10 seconds
It's
left.
been years. And it looks like Alpha not going to go hunting too deep, would have plenty of money to be able to afford another operator, but just not going to be worth it here. And we'll just leave them alone to their own devices.
I have to be a little bit more careful now. Very much respecting the operator in the hands of Alpha after what he's been doing in the past couple rounds. Both duelists off rip. That is tough for KC to deal with, considering how hot Avez was looking in the first few rounds. Earned a runner back almost straight away. Second one's already been blown up. Might get a third one before this half is done. In fact, that's what we're expecting here. 3 rifles are still going to come through from Karmine. 2 saved over, 1 purchased in. But none on your duelist, funnily enough. Not quite put in the hands of Avez here, who you would think would be the player that you would most want to have the greatest amount of firepower.
Take flight.
Minor info going to be gained. There's the recon coming through, and Crash is swinging ahead of that one, but Elite fighting back nicely. Does manage to find Kayak as well as the enemy Sova. Now gets the third. Alpha here just trying to slow peek onto the angle.
Triggered.
Ends up handing another one here over to the Cyphers. Now 1 charge away from having that neural theft online. Lobby leader here is Elite.
That is the second time that Elite's done that. His team is starting to fall apart in mid, and suddenly he pops out. Gets more than what Fnatic bargained for. Last time Fnatic got 1, Elite says, I'll have 2. This time Fnatic get 2. Elite says, I'm still going to take 1 more than that. And now suddenly the game has changed again. And last time, when he did that, he also got the neural theft, which then gave the info to allow them to plant on B, eventually winning the round.
Poster and Chronicle now. 2 very decorated players looking to try to drag this round back. Sugetsu does have the spike in hand, can go for the plant here. Has to play this out in the 1v2.
Wow.
Was clutch yesterday in the series. This time 2, 6, and 7. We'll see if he can double up.
Cover going out.
To regain the lead for Karmine Corp, or if it's going to be the hands of Fnatic off the back of that peak from Chronicle.
Still paranoia for Boaster as well. Just have to work together here. Some smokes could make this very interesting. There's just nothing really in the hands of Sagetsu.
And they're narrowing down the options as they swoop forward. The smoke will dissipate. Nothing seen, no noise at back sight. Smoke out. And instantly Sugetsu finds the headshot.
Damn!
Holding for it, and Sugetsu gets the double up, gets the clutch, gets Karmine back in the lead.
The Ace Master from yesterday comes through again. My God, how is he doing this? 2 aces versus Billy. Now he's going to clutch through 2. Unreal. Elite sets +1 up. And Sagetsu knocks the pins down this round multiple times, swinging heavily. You're thinking, oh, Fnatic's got this one. Elite says, let's bring her back a little bit. Let's pump the brakes. Then suddenly Chronicle's got 2. To Elite's dismay, given that Elite was looking the right way, but just positioning lined up behind his Sova, and then coming into a 1 versus 2. That first shot onto Boaster. That's a rough one for Boaster to deal with.
Absolutely. And I mean, in the heyday of Na'Vi, of FPX, if you want to go back to when they were called that, there's 2 players you never wanted to be in a clutch against. It was Xiao and Sugetsu.
Camera taken.
And you just saw why. Could be an absolute menace. Kayak, however, trying to be very much the same, but tension gets split. Target-rich environment. Ends up being a little bit whippy there. Some damage is dealt. Ping reveal going to be coming through, however. Spotting him out. Chronicle wanting to clear that angle is not able to do so. Alpha with the overdrive, able to find himself a second elimination, though. The drone gets the spot. The spike not yet planted. Stuck here in position, but Sadak peels back some of that pressure, leaving Boaster to his own devices. The recon just a hair off, unable to find it, swings in, and Sadak outdoes him. 6-4, Karmine Corp stretch the lead.
Man, that momentum built up from that last round, now instantly into this one, a little bit quicker for KC. And for Fnatic, still just trying to reel over from that 9th round. Now they dropped a couple in a row as momentum starts to shift. This one is getting nice and close. Alpha up back into his hands. Let's see what he can do with this one again. Leading player for the side of Fnatic. Wouldn't want to see another Sagetsu clutch if you are Fnatic, but he's got it twice or 2 days in a row. Same map as well. Yesterday you'll say, okay, well, Billy just kind of like faced him one at a time. This 1v2 a lot more impressive.
Standing ahead.
Recon has to be cleared. That shot position can be identified, so right now the stack being avoided. All on Chronicle to try to hold the lines. As there's the trip, denies the run it back. Evez forced away here for the moment. Quickly looking to refill this space.
That tag really forced things back as well. I mean, you start to see the slowdown there. The trips are just causing problems. Elite has been dropped off though. But he's revealed his own position. This might get a little tricky.
And now he's completely surrounded. Looks like Karmine going to be calling to slowly drift their way back into B main, or at least have Avaz in position. Flash going in, Elite holding his own. Suffers a bit of damage, but out the air. Over from the market side, just managed to find him with the op shot. TP forward into the smoke from Sugetsu. The spike still needs to be brought in. This op, Boaster up on top of the boxes. He's looking to very much slow them up, and now they're running out of time to try to go for a pivot.
Means they have to finish here. Boaster's been cut off by smoke, but he's going to smoke himself as well to come through. Hunter's Fury, it's going to be dead.
Fury from Crashies, immediately finding Sonic. Sugetsu can only find one. 5-6, Fnatic. Hungry for a tied-up scoreline here at the half.
That got a little bit confusing. I mean, you leave Elite there, but then unfortunately Elite reveals his own positioning. I think he might have been cammed. You could have had a situation where, okay, drop him off, Casey pivot over towards A, but then you have this mid-round call where it's like, hold on, maybe we could help Elite. But he dies, and you still don't have Casey quite on site yet. Sagetsu takes his positioning within the smoke. Now they're committed. They have to play the site. Patient is Fnatic, closing that one out eventually. Hunter's Fury late into the round, no time remaining, pressure's on, and Casey fumble it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a Saving Private Ryan mission there, except this time Matt Damon didn't make it out alive. So everyone taken down in the effort. Karmine Corp looking to try to speed things up as Sugetsu. My God, what a transfer. Elite finds Boaster, Crashies, gets himself a second, leaving Alpha here now in a 1v3, needing the clutch, already spotted, tagged up.
Here comes Sugetsu.
It's fortunate that it was only the Stinger, but yeah, Sugetsu is on the approach, just now exiting out of Boba, wrapping around into the defender's spawn, and Alfier, he doesn't even know where the spike is going yet.
No, Sugetsu TP'd for this one as well, using the ultimate. Man, this guy is playing like a man possessed today. Scary moment for Fnatic when Sugetsu can do these things.
And that's off of a very slow start. It took him a while to even just get that first kill on the board. These last several rounds from him have just been just absolutely electric.
Okay, looks like Alpha wants to go for this one. It will be 1v3.
He's got to. It's the last round of the half. There's no reason to not try to play it out, but
that's right.
Can he get another weapon? Yes, he can, but immediately is going to be pinched as Martin swings in. And that's going to be Karmine Corp lead at the half.
You'll forgive me for not doing maths on stream, but don't worry about it. 5 + 6. What's that one? 3, I think. Don't worry. I can see that though. Sugetsu 7, all very impactful as we reach the halftime here. Really insane finish, considering how close some of these rounds were. I mean, I still go back to that round 3. It does force an initial save, but Fnatic bounced back with a couple. You get an insane clutch coming in through for Sugetsu in the middle of that one. Really insane rounds from Alpha as well, shutting down both duelists multiple times. 2 rounds in a row, Dimensional Drift, run it back, gone. Next round, just kill them both on ops.
Yeah. Well, while we wait out the halftime, the players assessing their strategies, trying to figure out, you know, they're going to pilot this one and look to close out this sunset from the defending side. Might as well go ahead and give an update. For anybody who's not watching both streams simultaneously, PaperX dominant in their first map over Sentinels. Okay. 13-3 on Icebox, which was their map pick. And Sen picked Sunset themselves. So I hope they're ready for the Sage Wall.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of Chinese fans here, and with all the Chinese teams gone, they may just be pivoting to PaperX fans for the rest of this tournament. They'll be happy to see that PaperX are 5-1 right now.
There's very few, I think, people who would say that they're, to at least not some degree, that they're not a PaperX fan. Like, they have
everyone is by default a PaperX fan to some level, I think. You're right on that.
I love NRG, but I also love PaperX, you know. It's always that backup. We'll see how things develop over there on the A stream, but for now, right here in the middle of this map, Karmine, I think looking even clearer than I might have anticipated, and it's a great recovery considering that we were seeing that build up from Fnatic really find on footing.
And you're saying as well that this needs to be an important map for Karmine, given that Sunset has been one of the more common picks. They've had a better win rate on this one. Given the fact that Pearl is the permaban, that opens up the Sunset for Karmine, and they're really need to be able to come through, win this, to take this to 3 maps, because we're thinking the series, if Karmine can do anything, it's going to have to be 3 maps, because Fnatic, it's unlikely they're going to go out of this one.
This also gets impressed at his own transfer.
Yeah, I mean, that was a sick transfer. This guy's looking pretty sharp today, but of course for Fnatic, nipping on the heels here. Things get really problematic in this series. If Fnatic take away Sunset, then you start to get scared for KC a little bit.
Gotta remember, this is all off the back of KC finding that pistol, finding the bonus conversion. So Fnatic in the end doing well to be able to get the 5 rounds that they do have.
Yep.
If they're able to find one, a pistol here to start, we'll certainly be back on the road to recovery.
We'll see how active KC are going to have to be with their double duelists as well on this defensive side. As they're already looking over through mid. Massive quadruple face as they'll start pivoting over. Or will they actually? Kayak is now going to move through here, and Vez thinking about this swing off the back of Sugetsu.
I mean, it's a triple face. Shots flying. Chronicle losing his life as Zapes finds Alfier, and Sugetsu gets Kayak.
None of them look top mid. None of those Fnatic members. Unfortunately, paying attention at all. No smokes there either.
It's a right side smoke. It completely opens up for this peak from the B side of the map.
Yep. And what a call as well coming through from KC saying, all right, let's maybe pivot over towards B. Hang on a second. Let's just go back a little bit more. See what we can find. They get everything. Now this pistol for Fnatic.
Hello.
Dire straits.
Oh, and Boaster unable to dodge that one, and he is completely, utterly overwhelmed. Even getting a kill there would have been damn impressive as Crashies. The man is just bogged. He's mogged. He's dead. It's a flawless pistol as Karmine look to go ahead and bring Sunset to its end.
8 and 5 now. Looking for that 9. That'll come through from the anti-eco, and again, yeah, Chronicle was the first to notice, but he just gets taken down so early. You noted as well, that smoke just didn't cover the B side. And the last 2 members, I mean, we weren't expecting much there anyway. Both, so it would have been nice if he dodged the recon, but I think that round was going to KC no matter which way you sliced it. Nice little early 2-point lead for Vez's ult as well.
2 deaths afforded here to KC with the ghosts in play. Have to remember how close the eco attempt was from Fnatic in the first half. Did do an immense amount of damage.
Alpha's getting deep inroads here, by the way. It's going to be KC playing for a retake on A. With that info, this is going to be the shift over from Fnatic now. As these KC members on B a little antsy, and they will have to start shifting over. I think Elite knows at this stage what is up. He's moving back. Yeah. But are they going to anticipate this push through from all 3 members here? This is a lot of KC membership, and Elite not ready for it.
It does get overwhelmed. The push forward. Sonic instantly able to find the headshot. Kayak going to be taken down. Boaster traded out as well as Alfier's trying to pinch around the back. Spike planted. It's just he and Chronicle trying to see if they can do anything. I mean, Sonic is low on health, but being protected here at the moment as Abez finds the headshot. Alpha taken down. And nothing more to be done. Diffuse comes in, not nearly as much damage this time around. A run it back going to be available once again as Karmine go into their bonus.
Fnatic really wanted to fight up in towards that link, and they walked into a lot of KC members. But as expected, anti-eco will be taken away. Reminder, Karmine also won this 3rd round as well in that opening half. Wouldn't want to see a repeat of that if you're on the Fnatic side of things. Although off the back of that double gun save, Fnatic were able to string through a couple of rounds, but you just don't want to have a Fnatic squad. They have to do that much work to start to bring things back in. So Sunset has just been in the hands of control for KC basically the entire way through, outside of some good moments from Fnatic.
Go, go, go.
Just bouncing back across here, double push up. Karmine wanting to funnel these as much as possible as Boaster's trying to go for a play. Loses his life, Alpha does as well. Kayak there to keep things even. Still the run it back available.
Yeah.
And it's going to be used just to go ahead and go for this peak, and that holds Crashy's back, stops him from scaling forward on this side. And everybody gets funneled now in towards Alley.
Oh, he's
there in the corner, they tuck away. Chronicle at the same time is able to find Sugetsu. It's a good kill to be found over at top mid.
Losing 1 while the runner back comes on through. Unable to spot the last 2 members. As you say, they tucked away in elbow. Kaik will hold that position now. Low HP, but he only needs the one shot, and he's got it. Avez down. Now you have to imagine Fnatic all in their hands. We've seen Elite do some dangerous things in the past, but this is going to be a tough one.
Looks like he is going to go for it, but he's going to be pushing through trips, so they're going to have a very solid idea of where he is going to be approaching from unless he re-wraps back through top mid around towards default. But spotting this out, it looks like that's more than enough for him to just make the call to save the weapon, so we'll just stay tucked. So Fnatic, this is a great little bit of stability found within the round itself, because it felt like almost assured that Kayak was going to go down, and that was going to be far too much damage for them in the anti-bonus.
I mean, things got really scary over into that A lobby to begin with. Boaster trying to find a timing on the orb take, and then just back and forth trades, eventually favoring Fnatic. Once they survive up against the run back, get a kill in the middle of that. And Kayak finding the one tap on an Avez. Fnatic get to walk away 3 alive, and KC get to walk away with 1.
9-6, still in a comfortable lead. Still going to be able to have a bye going into this next one. Things a little bit scrappier here for Fnatic. It's the Alpha forcing up towards full armor, maybe anticipating an outlaw on the opposite side, but can get past a weapon. So Boaster, bottom of the scoreboard here for now, says, okay, I'll take something a little bit weaker, likely going to be looking at something like a Stinger, maybe even just a Sheriff behind. Oh, never mind. Yep, they're able to afford the buys.
Just barely. And for Avez as well, 15 and 10. It does feel like he's been dying a lot, but he's also been putting the numbers at the same time. Very quick, it's going to be Alpha. Straight over towards elbow. In fact, no one's there. This is all coming through mid.
Holding close, but the shots ringing out from top mid actually prevents him from swinging forward to tiles and falling into this trap. So
I'll just take A, yeah. I mean,
in the end, Sugetsu actually does Fnatic a little bit of a solid. They're ringing out those shots. Forward presence still coming through. There's no trip set up to try to lock off this tile's position, so this does leave Chronicle potentially in a rough spot. The trip goes in. Do they read that he's behind?
Here.
Shots come through, and Hot Hands look to try to flush him out. And flush him out they shall. Avis able to find the headshot.
Chronicle just didn't know that many players were there. Reveals his own position, putting down the trip. And flushed out, as you say. Now Massive flanks 2 entry here. Avez first. My God, a lead as well.
And finding Boaster. 2v5. Alpha taking the first step towards the clutch. Approach around the back, but Avez is just so damn clean. Shock dart right at his feet. Kayak destroyed. Karmine Corp get up to double digits.
That's as close as force as you like as well. They dropped Martin, but really, the walkthrough, catch Chronicle on the flank. Great timing to see the trip being put down. Unlucky for Chronicle, but then as they swing through from the left side of A, they just entirely annihilate all the members on site for Fnatic. Alpha trying to hold on as much as he can. Can't do too much more from elbow. And now the timeout as KC hit 10, double digits.
That trip just a hair too late. Had he placed it a couple seconds sooner before they're able to swing that corner, gain vision, they might think, okay, he's doing it to try to watch for the flank. He's scaling forward with the rest of the team there on A, and that might have given Chronicle an opportunity to go for the backstab, but instead, they have line of sight, they can read where it's being placed from, and then they just flush him into the open with the molly. So it's very well timed there from Karmine Corp on that arrival, not allowing for Chronicle to get that huge flank.
And there's just so many KC members there that, you know, for Chronicle, he would have to do so much to try and win that situation, even just swinging in. Maybe he gets one at the best. But another insane round mechanically from Avez, who at this stage already said that he was at the top of the scoreboard, and he is farming up those running backs. This is the strategy for KC. This is why they run the Phoenix on this map as well. Most teams would prefer Neon. Looking at the Alpha side and looking at most other teams as well. You still do have the Blaze Wall that can function a little similar to what Neon brings to board, and even the teams that like to run Viper here, you can sort of cut off the similar angles. But just the aggression between both Martin, Yoru, and Avez Phoenix, 18 and 10 now. Damn. You get so much work done as long as Alpha doesn't shut both your duels down, which, you know, in this half hasn't happened yet. This half has been solid for KC.
Being reveal, Alpha just a little bit too late to try to collect that kill. And with the double stack, Martin there to help keep him protected. Alpha on the chase ends up getting punished very heavily.
I think he was hoping it was only going to be one player there. He'll catch the Getsu, and then the second member, Martin, has a protection. 2 members, though. You see Avez and also Elite walking into B main.
Yeah, Boaster around the back through Boba. Karmine Corp aware of this space that they've been given up, and Boaster now able to strike, finding Elite there in B main. Do they read that the Phoenix is also going to be there? Looks like the answer is no, but now they're well aware of it. Run it back, pop the swing onto the corner, just narrowly misses the timing there, onto Kayak. Molly out of position, goes for the fight, wins it, snaps it back, the kill still not there, but Kayak going crazy!
Remaining.
Able to find 2 more kills. Eventually able to find his mark. Boaster now, last one standing, just the Bulldog. Both players, full HP. Some footsteps made. No paranoia to try to work with. Just a couple teleports, just the one smoke. Smoke gonna be layered in. The push forward, and Sugetsu's there to protect. A 3K as Karmine Corp not letting Fnatic back into this half.
It's a tough situation. Boaster's up against the 2 biggest fraggers on Casey. We've seen how fast Sugetsu can adjust his crosshair directly on the heads of Fnatic. And for Vez, 20 and 10 now. His positioning, flawless this round. Worked his way into B main. Chronicle, no clue that this was happening. And despite his best efforts, Kayak, he had to deal with multiple angles. You can see, he knows, okay, take down the runner back. I have a few moments here to check over towards Market. Then the secondary flash comes through, then Kayak goes down. Suddenly it's a 2v1, and suddenly Casey on 11.
2 more rounds to go, Fnatic. Already hit burn. A timeout here. As Alpha, well, this time, not getting baited forward, wins out a fight. And it's going to be taken down, so. Kill leader in the lobby. Dealt with here to start. Boaster, paranoia, about to be sent. The swing back, just tucking away.
Ooh,
Flash, full catch coming through, but they're still reflooding into mid. Elite only able to fight back for 1 kill. Chronicle finds 3. Fnatic finally find their footing a little bit more. Still 4 rounds to go to tie it up.
Yeah, and Karmine are thinking, look, we've had this play done earlier, a couple of rounds ago, flooded over towards mid. Guess what Fnatic did? They adjusted over towards A. Then we had that great retake. This time, though, they're thinking, okay, well, let's try that mid play one more time. Crunch on Fnatic, but Fnatic not to be caught out. Paranoia's flash is traded back, but it's Chronicle that shuts it down to give Fnatic another opportunity. But in this half so far, look at the scoreline. It's 4 and 2. Casey have been in control for the most part. Their guns not going to be great this time around.
Tripwire destroyed.
Not going to be great, but we've seen plenty of thrifties in the setups that they have. It's always within the realm of possibility, but Fnatic need to absolutely make it impossible.
These players over towards the A side as well. Might be a walk down further forward.
Elite dead, Boaster finding Aves. Fantastic start, not taking any chances. The neural theft gets the ping reveal, spotting out the 2 players here over at Tiles. Alpha going to be left planted here in mid. Try to get the catch, the swing coming through. They are able to break his aim, so Martin collects that kill. Weapon can be scooped up. Handle in hand.
He's got an upgrade, he's got an ult available. Does he want to use it?
Oh, Chronicle, even being flashed, still just swings out, finds that kill. And Sonic tagged down to 20. The Bucky in close range, not going to do enough. Kayak with a shorty will outgun him, and that is going to be Fnatic continuing to whittle away at this lead, getting ever closer to tying things up.
I expected a bit more from Martin in that duel, but just couldn't quite land the shots despite the utility. Now the gap reducing to 3, but that was a bit of a thrifty from, or rather just an eco from Karmine anyway. I believe there was 1 hero rifle, but for the most part, all pistols until a couple of upgrades came on through. 4 all rifles fold up. No full armors though. Drifter's still going to be there for Martin. This might be the round for it. One off is, of course, Sadak though. You want to be able to combo this Drift if you can.
Making a bit of a noise, just seeing what kind of rises they can get out of Karmine Corp here. This Fnatic just default around the map. Widely nothing spotted though. Both sides operating with limited information. So Sonic arriving here top mid, going to be sending out the drone to see if he can spot anything.
Reminds me a bit of that first round as well. Triple face coming through from Casey in top mid. The Stumbler just walk on through. Almost all 5. Is it going to be Alpha first? Well, it is, but he's the one getting the kill. Not what Casey were looking for. Ron's there as well.
Just drops the Phoenix. one more death, and you absolutely should be looking to just go for the save. Lead fighting back for one, but Chronicle there to collect the other. Be across the way as Recon goes through. Martin gonna be spotted out as they look to just try to force him out of this position. The gate crash is gonna come through in time. Does manage to go ahead and evacuate the area. Karmine Corp no closer to really trying to close out this round. TP forward. There's the cancel, and he's just playing him in. Sugetsu turns around, turns back, sees Kayak, and sees his own demise. Safe call now made. 2 rounds separating. This Fnatic will get up to 9.
Why not be able to save that many? Martin, the last one left, and we are going for a bit of a hunt here. Boast, of course, from the shadows. We'll get the spot onto Sugetsu, allowing an easy layup for the rest of Fnatic. If they can take away this last gun, Karmine Corp's dream of finishing this sunset cleanly is going to get a little bit more difficult. However, Martin surviving for now.
Bit of ring around the rosy. Kayak swooping on the one side, but does have Crashies getting ever closer. Martin gonna be favored. Finds the headshot eventually. And is reading the potential position here of Kayak well. Trying to do some damage. Boaster gonna try to run him down, and we'll just spam him out of the box.
Wow.
Oh, they've narrowed the options, and eventually they find their man. They surrender over some kills, but that's fine. Fnatic are absolutely flush with cash, and the Dimensional Drift was already online. 4 ultimates, nearly about to be 5 here as Alves is 1 charge away. Karmine Corp need to try to figure out how to stop this run back.
Look at this. Mid situation again, not working well for KC. Couple of rounds now where they've really wanted to push.
Oh, they've narrowed the options, and eventually they find their man. They surrender over some kills, but that's fine. Fnatic are absolutely flush with cash, and the Dimensional Drift was already online. 4 ultimates, nearly about to be 5 here as Alves is 1 charge away. Karmine Corp need to try to figure out how to stop this run back.
Look at this. Mid situation again, not working well for KC. Couple of rounds now where they've really wanted to push massive members. Alpha gets the first shot. Chronicle follows through. Despite Elite's best efforts, not able to get enough in response, and all Martin could do was run. And I'm not talking about the end there with the save. I'm even talking about getting out of mid.
One-way setup. You can see Fnatic anticipating some potential aggression out of A. As it's going to be happening on the B side of the map, as they will go 1 for 1. Kayak finding a kill before getting taken down. Weapon can just be juggled back behind the tripwire to stop it going into the hands of Karmine Corp here.
Does help a little bit though. Let's just see what KC, what else they've got on board. Market could be an interesting one. Cummings going to play this one very slowly. No traps being set up, just
Cage triggered.
splitting and defaulting as much as they can on that defense. Chronicle testing that market side as he'll tuck himself a little bit deeper inside mid.
Blinding.
Chronicle safe from this. Martin now clearing the cam. Chronicle ready to try to jump, and jump he shall. Elite, a very nice headshot. Sends out the neural depth to 3v3, wanting to try to keep them in this.
Spike down.
Technically speaking, now going to be on for the ace. The swoop out, the shot just wasn't cast out for air. But already such damage dealt. Elite continuing to work wonders here for the squad to try to give them a real chance. The arrival over in B main from Sugetsu. Can't pick the angle, but Crashy's well aware of this. Alone for now here on the site. Alpha rewrapping back through Boba. Looking for the timing here onto Sadak. Util sent out the drop down the spot. The kill comes in. And now it's all on Sugetsu. This time with just the Sheriff. As he swings, Crashy has him. 11 to 10. The lead dwindling. Fnatic nipping at the heels of Karmine Corp.
Not a bad round though from KC. Again, just Sheriff's in there. We start things out in B. A 1-for-1 of Vez gives us life. And now an important gun round to come on through with a tactical timeout, but honestly, Elite nearly did magic again. It's this Elite Sugetsu duo. Not even the 2 duelists this time around, but Sugetsu, we saw him clutch out earlier in this map. Saw him clutch out yesterday as well. Just didn't quite have the weaponry. Unfortunately, losing Sadak as well with that flank come through from Alpha. Make things a little bit more difficult. But to have only 2 members alive for Fnatic, that was still a decent effort from KC, who were struggling to keep this lead going. As you mentioned now, just a 1-round gap. But a well-timed tactical timeout here to try and close out 2 more to see if KC can take away this sunset, which I've talked about plenty. They really, really do need in this best of 3.
See what the call ends up coming through.
Get a sneak peek of the coaching documents right there. Zoom in on that real quick. What are the strats there?
Hide them away. The final timeout call to try to get over the line here. KC, both duelist ultimates available for them. Plenty of info that can be gathered with those. Hunter's Fury as well as the overdrive in case things get a little bit dicey, and Alpha might be likely that we end up seeing that coming through given that he has the attack op in play.
I mean, we finally get to see this double duelist ultimate combo again, but yeah, you talk about this op. Alpha shut that down before, right? So that could be a tricky one for KC. Not a lot of armor here either. These last 2 rounds for KC, so hard for them to pick up.
Trade of the weapons, Alpha. Better to take point here. Shock to clear any forward trip. Cypher utility, however, occupies the B site in its entirety. Pre-fire attempt from Martin, not able to find anything there. Hunter's Fury opening up, and Crashies once again finding a kill. Sonic this time, the casualty. It's Curveball connecting. Both are trying to backpedal. Avis swinging the corner, able to find Crashies. Snaps back to Martin, pushes forward, fills that space, falls down to 5 health. Is immediately Dimensional Drift going to be invested, managing to escape. Spike going to be collected by Chronicle. As Alpha here just looks to shove them back.
30 seconds left.
But the fear got in him. Martin.
I know exactly.
It's the Dimensional Drift neural depth now going to be invested from Chronicle. Players identified, but Alpha going to be taken down as Abaz able to find the first opening kill. They try to get themselves back in here, but Kayak still standing. Flash setup, TPs across. Gets himself situated now behind the boxes here on site. Full approach from the defender's side. Pop flash, not connecting. Chronicle mowing down 2. Sugetsu trying to flush him out, and he manages to get it done. 12 health remaining, 12 rounds accrued. Karmine Corp get up the map point.
There it is, tactical timeout. Straight into this round coming through, but it came down to small numbers. Sugetsu wanted another shot at that clutch, and this time he's gonna get it. Kayak with the reposition. Chronicle looked good with that double as well, but in the end, it's Sugetsu again coming on through. This runner back really slowed things down massively. Pushed away Fnatic, and the Dimensional Drift getting all of the information towards the end there. But the final repositioning, I mean, this situation was looking pretty damn decent for Fnatic, especially once Chronicle actually picked up that 2. But the belief, Sugetsu, he didn't have the right weaponry last time, just to share from the 1v2. This time he's got a real gun, and he shows what he can do with that. Final round here. Triple face over towards the KCA side. Quick gate crash away. As we'll leave Avez a little too forward, and Bosa's ready for that one.
And just getting the 1 tap and push down. Spike still in a neutral position. Fnatic not looking to get overzealous here with that early pick. Still plenty of threats available here on the side of KC. Fnatic know that they need to get these next 2 rounds, and they need to make it happen cleanly.
And now they have to re-drone this A side as well. Not good when you lose your top fragger this early in the round. In previous rounds, KC have been able to get one back. Sugetsu not going to be fooled.
Yep, not going to be falling for that one. Sees the gate crash going past. Could also just be a quick turn. It's going to be a fake out, and Kayak reads it gorgeously. Sugetsu displaced. Chronicle now lurking forward, up at Boba, intercepting Martina lead, trying to hold his zone. It's going to be good for a second kill. Swiftly gets swept aside. Sonic now the last one alive. A 1v3. The door now shut. Spotted by the cam, and Chronicle in position. Sadok reading it, but can he outgun him? He cannot. 11-12. Fnatic needing one more and doing so much damage to the economy of Karmine Corp.
Yeah, I mean, Karmine just can't string together these rounds. It started to look good. We looked at number 22, came down to a clutch.
Yes, this should do.
And they're so desperately wanting to just close this one without going to the OT. Vez loses his life so fast. The Boaster over towards A. And then you just have Sagetsu unsure which direction to look, losing out to the fake gate crash. Doesn't turn around in time. So well read by Fnatic, by the way, to read that there was going to be a player inside a smoke to get themselves a freebie. And we know Elite can respond. He's responded multiple times in this map to try and even up the numbers a little bit more. We just had too much work to do at the end of the day. And Sadak, 1 versus 3. Chronicle shut that down before it even began.
Pressure now mounting. Talked about the importance of this map here ad nauseum for Karmine Corp. Just given the remainder of the draft, that Ascent, that Icebox, and how scary Fnatic have been on those maps. Can they close it out? Can they avoid the overtime? Have to find out, as well as what kind of weaponry they're going to have as they look to close this. Should be able to scrape it together. A decent bit of rifles, but it's not likely to be any kind of full purchase. Take a gander. Yeah, it's just the one.
Here.
So very much dire straits.
And not even really ultimates here either. They just have so much lacking in utility. And guess what? Double Outlaws. Fnatic know this one. They're so ready just to tear apart KC. This time, no early peaks. Vez found out what happened last time. Playing off this cam. Now that cam is gone.
Just playing it nice and slow. Fnatic not wanting to give the Thrifty over. Have the map end in that sort of fashion. They've done incredibly well to get it to this point, to be in this position where they still have a chance.
So there's the gate crash forced out. As a drone, we'll see, might have just caught a shoulder there of Martin and elbow. Over mid though, ooh, that's a shoulder.
Certainly spotted him now. Chavez noted, forced to back away. Slow cluster together here around mid and B. Seems like Fnatic going to be favoring this side of the map as the dimensional grip from Kayak will explore forward, trying to scout things out.
No one to mark it. That's the info that you need. Now Fnatic can come through from the flank.
Exits into the open. Gets hit by the trip, sees this util flying, has the reveal, but can't swing forward enough to try to find this one. Now the time ticking away. Needing to get the spike planted as there's 10 seconds remaining. A bit of damage going to be dealt there off the back of the shock.
Spike planted.
Ultimately, not too much. Sugetsu, the one player on Karmine Corp with the rifle, looking to try to put this to good use. The scale forward, just the fake out there through the smoke. Alpha clears that. The smokes fly. Fast lane, obfuscating. The lineup coming in. Kayak running out of bullets, flushed out, but it's still going to be Fnatic with 3 players left standing. Elite. He's been living up to that name in the map so far. Finds the first. Crashes at 40 HP. Time working against them. The peek to the corner, and Boaster holds his zone. 12-12, we're going to OT.
Yeah, he gets his man. Crashy's nearby, though. If Boaster doesn't get it, Crashy's, I'm sure, would. Elite's done well so far, but that situation a little bit difficult. One on each side. Over on B main. You respect the flood from KC. It got a little sweaty in the middle of B there. Chronicle a little bit further off. Looking for a player, walking down from Boba into market. Eventually swings it with the rest of the team. But Elite's shot onto him was so damn sharp. You were really believing for a second that maybe for KC, Elite could do this one. But Fnatic, after that 17th round, so many in a row going their way to bring us to an OT, and now things get really dangerous. However, I will say, in these OT situations, it'd still be a good opportunity for Vez to find some decent momentum, get these ults online. Everyone's 3 away, but trusting the mechanics there a little bit. Still top fragger, I believe.
Back in with the operator. Shock dart not going to give deep enough. forward. Get the spot here. Now that's going to be noted to tiles.
Alpha wants to punish here. But it's looking like KC will move over towards A. Getting ready as Kayak. He's already got the gate crash prepped, ready to go. So two Yoros, they end up facing each other. Also, we've seen Alpha take down Lose Aves in mid in the previous round. Lose Open from that side of the map. Now he'll move over towards mid.
Chronicle drawing first blood. Aves down. A rough start, but a decent trade back as Martin is able to find Kayak. Boaster pushing forward, noting the enemy Yoro. But for now, the time being alone and out into the open on the site. Sonic able to collect. Player advantage now here for the side of Karmine Corp. It's still that operator in the hands of Alpha here as they try to go for the retake.
Yeah, Boaster just needed to get out, but he didn't realize how close KC already were. And if you want to get rid of that operator, you're going to have to pick up the gun of Boaster. And he's on site. His gun anyway.
Right here.
Pre-fire spray, and we'll get a bit of damage in. A couple players tagged up as Alpha. Swooping forward, encroaching, but the shot rings out. Position now given over, but Sugetsu's still into the open. Gonna get caught. There's the reveal. There's the shorty. Alpha able to find one. Crashes, gets the other. And Alpha here goes crazy. Another 3K with the up.
Turkish Wolf delivers for Fnatic. Brilliant round at the end there. Some shots fired across, and I'm not talking just in game. Alpha letting the opposition know across the stage there. And Elite just swings in too slow. He had the opportunity to get the trade. Alpha reveals positioning. And Elite just needed to get that kill to Alpha to slow things down and maybe even win the round, but just couldn't find it in time as Alpha slides on in, cleans it up. Fnatic find themselves on map point.
Just an absolute beast. And almost certainly this has to be the timeout call. One more granted over in the OT. Karmine Corp needing to win out this next one, get that reset, and look for potentially that 15-13. But given the back and forth nature of these teams, who knows how many rounds we get.
That was, what, a 3v4 retake with an op, and you're thinking, man, Alpha's going to have to do this with an op. Finds the first shot, switches shorty, slides in. I mean, you just couldn't have asked for more. Limited util on board as well. All he had was the run and slide, and that was all he needed.
Neon Op just hits a little bit different on Sunset. It seems it's been gone. It's been out of the pool for quite some time. And frankly, I'm actually pretty happy to have it back, just given some of the performances we've had. I mean, Texture at Toronto doing some crazy stuff with the Op as well.
Look at this again. Maybe just Alpha Neon doing something a little bit crazy. I mean, the reveal of the Sonic timing was insane as well. And then by the time that Elite shows up, Alpha has the opportunity to turn around and get that as well. Look at the pop-off here. He knows it. Yeah, he's letting KC know.
Go, go, go!
Of course, Elite's Turkish as well. I think his countryman down there is now KC. They need this one. And they need it bad.
They need it, but can they find it? Back here on the defense. Double trip cam set up to peek in towards Market. Chronicle, the only one really inching into that direction here for the moment.
There we go. This is where my team wants to see if he can walk down a little bit, get Crash ready to go. A run up towards A. This could be an important one. Just the trade of the drone so far as Chronicle will go looking. Facing up against Aves towards his right. That's going to draw rotators over. Will make Market open. Sugetsu knows it. Paranoia prepped. In fact, he's just going to blow the Paranoia right now. Fnatic are still going to make their way over towards mid. Which way they're going to go here? Straight to Aves, it looks like.
Aves playing it quiet. The peak instantly finds a headshot. Alfie are going to be taken down.
Martin got flashed there.
Yeah,
by
bit of a
Aves.
team flash, but looking to set up some of his own. Aves is able to turn away from it. Safe plant. There at back sight. Back box. It's Boaster, so can reposition. Crashes at the same time, trying to work his way forward. Martin just now turning his attention back into Alley, but losing the fight. Aves going to be taken down as well. Shots flying. Sugetsu down to 30 health. As Fnatic look to bring this map to its end. Boaster Sprays and praise is rewarded for his fate as Elite cannot do it all. Crashes with a 3K, takes them over the line, 14-12. Fnatic steal away Karmine Corp's map pick.
And what we've seen...
And so let's see if Karmine Corp know it well enough, or if they will be sent early out of this tournament in the quarterfinals of EWC to take it away. It is going to be Lemon, Kiwi, and Avril.
What do you mean? My name is Achilles, but he actually did have to run to the A stream, y'all. I'm so sorry, but I'm here to be joining in the middle of the hype. Map 1 goes to Fnatic. We're all at the edge of our seats.
I'll tell you what really happened here was Karmine was starting to slip a little bit, so they said, we got to bring in the caster that can speak French to come and save the day for them. I know you can do more than that. That was also the most American sounding "we" as well.
We.
That was a WE moment. Hang on a second. All right, well, I'll get the Karmine chance going a little bit later on, maybe. Let you leave that one. But for now, map number 2. Choice coming through from Ascent of Fnatic. They played this up against Gen.G. It was a bit of a slow start, but was one of the major comeback maps for Fnatic as they pushed that one to the OT. Alpha up first, playing this chamber that he showed versus Gen.G.
Oh, wow, that was good initial
shots.
damage from Alpha, and kind of a nice setup of the Vice Wall, plus you could either grab wall or stun. It's a big trap that K-Corp have not walked into yet, and it's a good first blood on their side.
Yeah, Alpha's a little shaky there. Would have liked to have seen him get that shot, rendezvous away. Still, Fnatic ready for this burst open from KC coming through main. Shockdart could do a little bit more damage here. As you can see that Martin did take a couple of shots that was delivered by Alpha earlier on. And pushing down mid. Also tucked away, first and foremost, is Kayak on A for great info. At this point, though, Fnatic have just gone to the wrong side of the map. Boast has disappeared. And when KC get their timing here, it's only going to be Chronicle.
Oh, and it's a lead actually on the Astra, so not the Fnatic trap, but
30
still
seconds
a
left.
lot of silence. K-Corp trying to mask their steps, making it look like they went to the opposite site. Sugetsu doesn't give them the option, but K-Corp will make their way towards the site. Chronicle has been marked, and he lands a beautiful headshot, and it's a double that dwindles the forces of K-Corp. There's 12 seconds left. You have to dislodge Poster, and no way we're bringing out the knife at EWC. Aves does get the finish, though, and Kayak's on the way.
Spike planted.
Just enough time, just enough time. Vez onto Kayak straight afterwards. Barely got that plant in towards. And KC waited patiently a long time. In fact, they waited long enough. The Boaster actually rotated back. There was some moments there where Chronicle was left by himself. And well, Chronicle, even by himself, able to do a lot, as we saw in terms of the 2 that he found. But Vez, at the end of the day, he'll be able to get that situation under control. Powered through from Elite as well, who tucked away in B main, waiting for his timing. Catches a stray crashes and then gets his way onto site.
Great 3K from Aves, and really had me in the first half when he took the knife out, but that is the threat. Crushes, oh my god! Even the shock bolts on the other side. K-Corp reading Fnatic's defensive posture like a book, and now they have full control of B.
Speed this one up, full stingers all the way around except for Elite, and Crashy's full flashed out, nowhere to run. Down he goes, and here comes Alpha on that flank. It's been red though, look how many players are there. Elite's the only one, the rest of KC, no backup. Could imagine they would have been able to do something against that, but Vez will find boasting the other side. They still haven't planted here. There's only 2 alive for Fnatic here.
Spike planted.
The work of these initiators, though, on the K-Corp side has been absolutely beautiful, from Sadak opening up the B lane with the shock bolts to even some info from Aves, both in the pistol, to, of course, marking Boaster there at the end. So K-Corp are firing on all cylinders. I like that they just didn't let map 1 get to them too much.
See if they're playing for the exits here as well. Alpha at this range could be good for it.
Here.
Up against the Stingers. Which means at this point, if you're KC, you're going to have to exit out towards the back of Defender's spawn. Or I guess just smoke out, that'll be good too. And that'll prevent anyone dying unnecessarily here. Clean little anti-eco coming through from KC. Starting by just running Crashies down. And despite all the Alpha's efforts trying to work his way through short, he'll find himself the 1, and that's all he'll get.
They bring 4 Stingers into the next, and the B hits you kind of swapped into two different play styles. A K-Corp side that planned it until the very last second to an anti-eco that stormed the trenches and caught Fnatic completely off guard. So is it going to be a B hit once again? It's been successful on both times.
I mean, this comp coming through from KC, it's a lot of smokes and a lot of info. You have a lot of scan abilities where drop the smokes in there, potentially get the opportunity to fire through the smokes. I mean, that was one of those situations that we saw right there. Bursting out through those smokes could be Martin on that Yoru. It's a bit of a unique comp given there's not going to be a Sentinel. I will be a little bit worried on the defensive side, but for now, looking good on the offense.
Okay, Kayak, good mark too. And you see Crashy's already adapting his positioning, not being right next to the door where the Sova darts could come his way. So more towards this market side, and he holds down mid, 2 and 3. There's nothing to stop him. And K-Corp will not be able to convert this bonus.
Yeah, gets the scan a couple times over towards B main, then holds it down in market. Of course, Stingers into the Phantom there. Crashy survives on 5 HP. With Kayak being the only one down, it's near flawless coming on through. Good bounce back from Fnatic. Obviously, KC needed to do something very special here in terms of being able to rush in on Stingers to surprise Fnatic again. But yeah, that wasn't going to happen through B main.
A good awareness from Crashies. Okay, it was a little too quiet at B main. Let's check out mid and kind of to balance that role. Fnatic have had good reads so far, but you got a dimensional drift already for Martin.
Yep, in 3 rounds. So that would be one to look out for. In particular as well, a lot of smokes to play into. You're going to have a situation where Martin can end his dimensional drift inside of a friendly smoke, flash out of it, make some plays.
Who's next?
And here we go, straight away. Not wasting your time, straight in mid.
Dimensional drift will be able to fall back if needed, droning up through B main, getting all the way at the back to access that back room. Now very sure, 3 on the B site, and Aves does pick one on Catwalk, so it opens up the options of K-Corp, and while Crashies is smoked off, K-Corp have options.
That's a huge kill on short, because now as they work their way across mid, in towards B, okay, Chronicles is going to slow it down. Spike confirmed as well. Chronicles actually slowed it down enough that this is no longer really that good.
Chronicle does drop the spike, and he's being held. Poster needs to be on the way soon, and man, Chronicle is a pillar at 1 HP with a dream. Breaks down the chances of K-Corp, now a 1 versus 1.
Chronicle's still alive.
Chronicle's
He's still alive on 1.
1 HP, oh my god. There he is.
1 versus 1 HP is what you're saying there.
Yeah, right.
As Fnatic keep this one alive, just off the back of Chronicle. I was going to say as well, you have Martin in the back of sight, just waiting for the rest of KC to link up with him. But Kron stands strong over on B main, and now how do you collect the spike? It's really going to be quite difficult. Has to be a flash through minimum.
Flash is already trying to get an angle through the window out first. It makes contact, almost good isolation, but Kayak with the late swing evens things up for Fnatic.
And the way that round breaks down again, they get the kill on the short, forcing rotations over from Fnatic all the way over towards A. Suddenly things looking good on the B side. Just got to link up with your Yoru. And one play on Fnatic just completely ruins the day. He's going to get the Steel Garden off that as well. Just take a look at how this goes through. In fact, that first going to Vez, dangerous. Vez puts him down to 1. Man, Vez, once he gets the combat report on 1, realizes that he did so much damage only to not get the kill and put him down to 1. A little bit upsetting, I'm sure.
Slower default from K-Corp, 2-3 with Spike left side. What Nightfall really need to assess the Fnatic approach on the defense. How close are they going to be to B main? At least initially in the mid scramble, as Fnatic don't even see where the threat is, but they felt it. Kayak is down.
Fnatic still want to play over towards mid though. Not to be done just yet. Drone through, a little bit of information. As a reminder, a couple low HP members of Vez and Saigetsu took some licks through that trade. And a beautiful shot onto Alpha. No opportunity to rendezvous out.
Maybe just wanted to play the corner and see if KC would walk through that market side like they did in the past. So K-Corp managing to do quite well this round, 5v3 with the weaponry they have, but their positioning at B has been revealed, and Fnatic are going to start to posture towards mid, I would think. They're going to keep an eye on A still.
They got good numbers. This is KC's opportunity, but they're going into Chronicle again. Chronicle Steel Guard is not going to do a lot here, but the Nightfall does catch Chronicle.
And you still have the Steel Garden, and Chronicle thinks he can pull off another multi-kill, but K-Corp, they lock in, and they lock down the site as well. Thought Chronicle would have had a chance to back away, maybe use the ult, and the rotations didn't come fast enough, 12 seconds.
It wouldn't have done anything because there's too many pistols on the side of KC anyway, so you're not really removing any guns. Just trusting in his aim to try and slow it down as he did in a previous round, and now Boaster and Crashies, Hunter's Fury could be good to at least clear some angles. There's so much to clear through here. Good news is there's plenty of HP. There's still only 2 pistols on the side of Karmine Corp. This is going to be a back out. Yeah, Fnatic not thinking their chances are good. A sort of thrifty comeback from KC on this round 5.
Quite impressive to just be able to slow down the round and really figure out the Sentinel setup, as Boaster's going to force some repurchases, or at least do some damage, and K-Corp will get back into the lead. It's been a lot of B hits, so surely Fnatic just start stacking more and more on the left side.
Well, they've been dragged across the map a couple times now. They wanted to play through mid, and that's where things got a little bit dicey for them. Just didn't quite have the numbers this time around. Unfortunate situation for Alpha. Wait till he gets the op a little bit later on, or maybe a tour. I mean, it starts out with this scan, taking down Kayak, and then onto Alpha later on. Chronicle can only do so much to hold on. Boaster even giving up his life towards the end there. A little bit strange that he would consider going for this one with Crashies back on out, although I'll take a look at where his ultimate is. Maybe he was just thinking about farming something up or doing a little bit more damage on the plays that had rifles online. Here we go into the round 6. You want to see a little bit more of a stack up over towards the B side. Well, it is Kayak on the line.
Crashies already sensing danger in mid and gets an initial sense on Aves, gets him to half, and we'll just continue to patrol that side because he trusts Chronicle to keep B on lock, and now the Steel Garden could really hurt. But you could always just rely on what picks, what isolations you can get off the Vice Wall first.
I think we're finally going to go over towards the A side for KC. They're taking some time to do that. Our team barely gets out alive. He is out alive, and that's the important thing here. Boaster playing inside smoke. He is smoked out. Stinger in hand, and have to back away.
And here's the charge from KC, but there is the duelist at the front, and what? How were 2 backs being turned? Kayak! Fnatic are fearless with these peaks. Now the op rings true. As Fnatic take back control of this round, but there's still one left, and it's Martin who has to get the spike back. Knowing Tree is in position through glass, he can't do enough, and we're tied once again.
It's another big round coming through from Alpha after what we saw on Sunset. Obviously a little bit slow early on so far in Ascent. But once the operator is in his hand, like Achilleo said, this man is dangerous. You know these rounds are going to get a little bit sweaty. For KC, trying their best to get a couple rounds in a row, but these last 4 have been 3 going the way for Fnatic, and the money situation just hasn't looked pretty. So we're going to see tactical pause come through. Double ults online, of course, for the side of Karmine Corp. And for Fnatic, plenty more to play through. 1 away from Tor, not that Alpha needs it. But the operator in hand now has to be respected. Mid's going to have to be respected a lot. There's a lot of smoke, so that's the good news for KC. Given that they're playing double controller, you want to control some of these angles that Alpha can take. Those are the 2 agents you want to do to be able to do that.
It's a bit of a mix-up from the K-Corp side, getting into that tree area and just being shot back like that, just kind of mid-setup. You got to expect the unexpected when you go against Fnatic. They are fearless when they just come out of nowhere, they peek you. They are not really laying back and letting this attack really blossom. So we do have a technical pause.
I think we also did have a tac pause as well. I do believe this was a Karmine Corp tac pause that's now developed into a technical pause as well. So we'll just overlay those, no issues. But yeah, Kayak swinging through on door. Close by was, of course, Boaster as well and Stinger. And then Alpha just holding down the rest of the site, ready to take down any members coming through from main. And they're finishing off short.
I know I was talking to you guys before I got on, and this whole map pool, or this series, seemed stronger for the Fnatic side. And yeah, they pulled through, coming back from a 6-11 deficit, at least when I kind of took a peek through the stream. And you're thinking this was going to be a strong map for Fnatic, but man, K-Corp This has been quite the event for them.
Yeah, I mean, they've had bigger leads that they've had to break back against. Looking over towards that Gen G game, Ascent was a 9-3 start for Gen G before Fnatic pulled through with a 9-3 finish on the second half to take us to OT. 2 OTs in there, 4 rounds being played, Fnatic winning 3 of them. And of course, part of the reason why we're back over towards Ascent to play through a double Senti comp again with Alpha on the chamber. Plenty of opportunities to snipe. That's where he's strong. Also had Kayak dropping a +10, 29 and 19, nearly a 30 bomb versus Gen G in that particular map. And 2 maps out of that series could get played here today if KC can bring this through, clean up Ascent, take us to Icebox. Icebox was then the next map played in that series between Fnatic and Gen G, where again, Gen G led barely, but then Fnatic completely dominated on the attacking side. So yeah, it's not going to get easier for Karmine Corp, considering how strong Gen G look in this tournament.
Doesn't get easier when you got a bit of a crowd. I don't want to start counting, but man, Fnatic even got their lamps out.
Yeah,
that's cool. K-Corp got all their merch.
We got the Fnatic superfans here. Yesterday, of course, the Sentinel superfans arrived and watching the Sentinels DRX game. Rob Moore treated them to some really nice hospitality in the player lounge to get the chairs going for Sentinels, who today up against PRX in the A stream on the main stage. And here for Fnatic, a win against KC puts them on that main stage tomorrow, where the Fnatic superfans will be loud and proud on our giant 5v5 stage. And after winning that sunset, things are looking up. Because even when KC ahead, doesn't take long for Fnatic to start to find that momentum and shut it down.
Now things start to settle down. It's been big moments from both sides. I'm thinking about Aves, the starting off 3-0 on the pistol, to a beautiful 3K from Crashies on that defense when he was sitting in market. Like, you're already seeing huge pop-offs. And yeah, it's map 2. I just got here, but man, start of the day, not slowing down 1 second. And this is going to be a tighter series than more people expected.
A series that didn't get as tight as they would have liked if you're a Sentinels fan. It was actually on the A stream, so as we have a bit of a break here, talk about an update on what's happening over there at PaperX. 2-0 versus Sentinels. Icebox and Sunset, of course, going the way of PaperX. Scoreline 13-3. Dominant Icebox display. And then straight away, 13-9. A better map for Sentinels, but not enough to take it to a map 3 of Lotus. So your first semi-finalist team is going to end up being PaperX, who really have only struggled a little bit against Billy so far in this tournament. They played through KC, of course, and KC felt the wrath of the current #1 ranked team in the world, coming off a hot win at Masters Toronto. And now fighting against the other side of that finals, against Fnatic instead.
Who'd you put as your champion? We had to put our predictions down, y'all, before this playoff bracket started.
Am I allowed to wait until this match finishes? Because no. I don't want the French fans to come after me.
They're right behind you.
Tell them to, yeah, I'll be quiet then.
Okay, what was it? What was it? What'd you put? You want me to go first?
Sorry, I don't know if anyone called that.
Okay, yeah, okay, I got you.
Sorry.
Wink.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, I didn't pick any of these teams.
So I picked Titan Esports, clearly.
Oh, right, well.
Are they playing next?
Yeah,
okay. That's good.
When does Titan play? Usually it was, what is it? When does TSM play? Isn't that the proper meme? When does TSM? Okay, maybe it's other esports.
Stop! They're already dead. Please, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. Let Wardell sleep. Let my man rest, please. It's been too long.
Chat sanity, check me right now. I put NRG as my winner. I'm new here. I could pull the noob card though, because I thought
you may have picked the right NA team, because Sentinels is gone now.
Yeah, I'm either a genius or I pull the noob card, so I'm good either way.
I mean,
because it's NRG, Gen G, BBL Heretics. I was kind of thinking that side of the bracket would be better. What do you think?
You could have just had the most basic, I think the most safe prediction.
No one else put NRG.
Although I'm about to say, I was about to say safe prediction, although given PaperX's runs, you never really know at the end of the day. But a safe prediction is PaperX because they're always going to be fan favorite. They're always going to be strong. They're heavily likely to make it deep into tournaments, maybe make it to a final again. Obviously, they've struggled to win and close out those finals before, but given how Masters Toronto went, hey, they've won something now. They have that capability. They've broken that curse. We talk about breaking curses at this event. Well, PaperX came into this one with the curse broken, and they're looking stronger. They didn't even scrim for this event. They, you know, won Masters, took a break, came in here, little shaky on day one versus Billy. That might as well have been their scrim. That was their warm-up. Nothing against Billy. They did play well in that BO1. But then PaperX show up as PaperX do, kind of roll their way straight into the top 8, and Sentinels, yeah, particularly that Icebox, 13-3. Man, that would have been...
Go, zoom in.
That was a really rough one.
I see strats. Zoom in.
Yeah, we actually... we had a close call during a pause in the last map where camera may have gone a little too close to the coaching dock set.
Also, I just thought about this. I did a bit of a ritual before my shuttle. I did a little K-pop TikTok dance.
Okay.
So, and then I show up and Fnatic...
then.
Well, I was thinking, did I bless Fnatic? Boaster kind of got up out of his seat and started talking smack as soon as I got here, so I don't know.
To you?
I hope not.
To who then? Who's he talking smack to?
Ideally his opponent.
Okay.
I think you were yelling that he clutched something.
Well, I think Alpha was certainly popping off a little bit. I called that one on cam.
Prada will start doing the apple dance if we don't get this going, and that is going to be even more cursed than anything. Because Boaster needs to lock in, so someone has to bring K-pop to Valorant.
Boaster might do a dance in a second. You got to be ready for that one.
Well, how about I go practice those dances? Y'all get a snack. Our technical break is going to be extended, and we'll see you after the break.
See some play game like snakes and ladder. My ex-piss got my new ones better. Playground, better watch your man getting safe out. See some play game like snakes and ladder. My ex-piss got my new ones better. Playground, bitches got a ring and feel safe now. They say a pretty bird and better want a cage out. It's a playground, telling me mine I don't play about. I tell them rise up, used to cry river shit done dried up. I lost a couple bros on the climb up. I don't mind but ain't lost nothing ain't mine cause it's a playground. Better watch your man getting safe out. See some play game like snakes and ladder. My ex-piss come on new ones better. Playground, better watch your man getting safe out. See some play game like snakes and ladder. My ex-piss come on new ones better. My new one's bad, he ain't entertained, he don't move like that. Tell him move right back, touch shots over time, let to shoot right back. Robust, you can tell how we move like that. It's a playground. Bitches got a ring and feel safe now. I see a pretty bird, better want a cage out. There's bad games on the road like a playground, like a playground. It's a playground. Better watch your man's getting safe out. See some play game like snakes and ladder. My ex-piss come on new ones better. It's a playground. Better watch your man's getting safe out. See some play game like snakes and ladder. My ex-piss come on new ones better.
I've been here for hours and hours. The pain that's in my throat continues to grow. They say it'll get better. How can they know if time's supposed to heal? Why do I feel like I've been here for hours and hours? The pain that's in my throat continues to grow. They say it'll get better. How can they know? Mercy, mercy, none from my head down to my toes. Immobilized, as if my brain completely froze. Colder I go, colder I go. So still, calm like the waters at the sea. Silence as if to say my mind's actually at peace to some degree. To some degree. If time's supposed to heal, why do I feel like I've been here for hours and hours? The pain that's in my throat continues to grow. They say it'll get better. How can they know? Water, dry like the cinders in the flame. Bubble, heating, now it's time to evaporate.
We are so back with a tied game between Fnatic and K Corp, and the issue's resolved. Didn't have enough time to learn my dance.
How far did you get? How many moves in? How much of the song you getting there?
Like two moves.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll teach you something, but K Corp gotta also work on that A push, because the only time we saw them go A, they got double killed in the back. Didn't love that.
It's been a bit of B half so far for Karmine Corp. Of course, fans have arrived. Starting to see some K Corp fans on their side of the stage. A lot of Fnatic fans, obviously, given their recent success all throughout what little space we do have, but good to have them out here to support. Karmine Corp, of course, they did lose that opening map. Was close enough that you do have some confidence, but Ascent is a different story and now operator online for the side of Alfire and Fnatic. Always a dangerous tour de force also coming through as well, just one away.
This has been a tight battle so far, and hopefully K Corp can communicate with their coaches. I think that was what the issue was, is a comms issue.
Yeah, because they
know,
were doing attack pause. Casey were doing attack pause, and then we went to attack pause, and so I believe they had some issues communicating with the coach.
That's important.
So
talking about A, I think would be the main thing.
At some stage, you just maybe see the coach start to run out from the back and just do it live on stage a little bit. Comes out with a pen and writes some stuff down specifically on the coaching doc that we saw there on Sadak's table. But,
oh, we did see the rock, paper, scissors, guys. That was really fun between, was it Crashies and Avez?
Yeah. Who won?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Because I was still trying to figure out faces. So that's my bad. People got to wear name tags. Remember when jerseys had name tags, y'all? Yeah, well, now it's full of sponsors, which is definitely way better because that pays the bills.
Bro, I hear once say, "Hi, my name is Slapped on the left of the chest.
Yes!
Hey? Okay, well, here we go. Let's get slapped right into round number 7 here. Up on hand. Dimensional Drift played through onto A again. Oh, a lot of info. That's Alpha spotted.
Oh, God. Wait!
Kayak from the other side just deletes Martine. And Alpha TP's away.
Still have that up, and Alpha was definitely Alpha with it last round. He had a double kill. Fnatic just ruined K-Corp last round, but this time it was a lot easier getting through tree, through glass. Not worried about that, but now they should, because that's where Fnatic are rotating from, and Sugetsu has to watch the flank. He's going to make contact with Crashies very soon while wanting to also seal off tree and that door. As Sonic has a lineup to go assess what's on the other side. A Steel Garden is pulled, and I don't know if it's really going to be enough. K-Corp only have 2 weapons left. Fnatic still have to defuse, though, so K-Corp have to extend their lives as best as they can, and Elite's not feeling so much, can't connect with his teammate as smoke separates them both.
2 of the sharpest players that we got on Sunset not hitting their shots, unfortunately. Yes, they get their weapons taken away by Chronicle's ultimate. But once the Phantom was back in the hand from across the map, 1 in heaven, 1 in A main, neither Elite nor Sugetsu, particularly Sugetsu, who was winning 2 clutches previously on Sunset, able to bring through even a single kill there.
Rip and tear.
If things got a little bit dicey, Kayak, of course, the Dimensional Drift. You better get a little bit more action in there for Fnatic, but now they've taken the lead in this map 4 and 3. String a couple together, putting the money into contention for the side of Karmine, as not everyone will be able to afford full armors. In fact, there's not a single full armor in there, but at least they have a few ults to play through.
Op set up in mid, it'll be smoked off, so the threat will still loom. K-Corp could also Hunter's Fury their way in, and going back to B wouldn't be too bad, because both A attempts have failed. But it did take Fnatic to the end to try and defuse. You're going to Prowler through trees, so what you can get, and a shot from Alpha gives first blood to Fnatic.
You have to respect those meds. You know the opposite play. You know he could be anywhere. And now Chronicle's going to come through a big flash, and he'll collect multiple. Share to block out the next play from coming on in. Martine can't even help until the share falls.
Beautiful play from Chronicle. And now K-Corp have to do what they can with what they have left. And definitely not feeling safe. Maybe a little bit more safe with the door being closed. You got Bodyguard, Elite, checking cards as Fnatic come in. But I'm worried about Alpha getting on the high ground. Smoke could be in place to help.
Fnatic have all this util that they have everything. Couple of flashes, paranoia, and they're even going to pop in the Dimensional Drift. I mean, this round really should just be over. Casey are in so much trouble.
Martin and Elite are close together, trying to get into hell, and the shotgun chases, gets close enough, and Fnatic extend the lead.
I mean, perfect. You just get the paranoia directly on top of the targets. They can't get out of the way at all. Closing the gap that Althea might have hit missed the first shot, but the second will ring on true, keeping every weapon they need. Chronicle the only one falling, but Chronicle did more than enough. He's 12 and 4 so far, shutting down multiple times. Plays coming through on A, and that time with a bit of assistance. Flashed in, sheer to block out the rest of the plays from Casey, and just an easy double there to start things out for Fnatic.
Yeah, and mid is very hard to traverse for K-Corp because of that op, and the smokes can only delay so much.
You got a lot of smokes though, that's the thing. You have double controllers. Surely that's enough smokes, and
oh my God!
Sugetsu is just not going to get anything done there. He tried to be tricky, but Alpha's too sharp, too good. And speaking of info plays coming in through, was that a tag through the wall? I think it might have been.
Yeah, definitely creases Jordans on that one. With 4 sheriffs, we got time to shop for some new ones. But Aviz tries to even things up. Got mid control and droning out. Fnatic will get to see how far K-Corp have gone.
And Crashies needs to hold market as well, because that's where the rendezvous is. If Althea gets in trouble, he's going to end up TPing directly into the hands of more KC players.
Oh, this is collidable. Oh, the timing! That looks so collidable.
He just needed to respect the Cosmic Divide, because he understood that Crashies also fell back.
Wow, wait, these sheriffs are doing the Lord's work. Fnatic at first blood. K-Corp are fighting their way back. What is with these sheriffs? There's only one in town, and it's Martine. And friends and crew. Alpha gets flashed and thought they had gotten ahead of himself. This is thriftyable. And they stole the op.
This is the thrifty. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's going to be done here. Sadek still has ultimate as well. He's playing on-site, which could get a little bit tricky. But Chronicle has so much work to do here. Doesn't quite have ultimate. Not that it would be that useful. Only against Martin's op. Testing the waters. One arc rose to use. Oh,
Player
okay,
in
here we go.
main, wait a minute. Chronicle has the reaction too, knowing that person in main tries to isolate, heard them escape, so only one thing to focus on, and it's Chronicle hurrying up, and does get the shot through the wall, and one on the other box, and it is a Thrifty after all!
That got tight. Chronicle nearly delivered magic. Greatest player of all time in Valorant. You know he's good for the clutch, but Elite just a little bit better today. It's Elite and Sagetsu that was so good in that previous map, and now Elite delivers more. Multiple sheriff kills. My God, that guy is good. Suddenly, Martin getting his own kills, putting Alpha on an island, full flashed out, nothing to do, gives the operator over, and still Chronicle nearly wins that 1v3.
And to stop the 3-round win streak, it's crazy. Martin now will lead with Dimensional Drift, all about info. See how aggressive he wants to be. Decloak in hell, maybe jump up in heaven. Sova around the corner, Crashy's ready to assess. He's got recon too, he can play safe, while his smoker, Boaster, his captain, is smoked off over at window. And it's K-Corp trading blow for blow and spike down.
Really well played there by Kayak. Good patience shown. Might even get a timing, and does. Sadak, really unfortunate. Didn't think that the swing was going to come through. Indeed it does. Door blocking the way.
Steel Garden from Chronicle. K-Corp trying to hold the bunker down. They have no space to work with besides trying to cheese at the corner, which Aves gets away with. Now 1 versus 3. The element of surprise, but the spike's on the other side. Now have to check so much. Great coordination from Fnatic in the end, and they'll keep their lead by 2.
Yeah, Kayak did well there. Eventually working off the fact that Althea dies to be able to get the trade. Sadak gone, and then once the Steel Garden comes on through, the players that wouldn't have been able to dodge the Steel Garden was Sadak over towards A main, because he's out of the picture. Everyone else is going to get caught. And Chronicle this time, 2 Steel Gardens so far within the first 10 rounds. Really comes through from the fact that, I mean, you can just look at his score and you know what he's up to these days. Able to deal so much damage. Nearly got that 1v3 towards the end there. But just getting enough kills that he's just popping through these ultimates and finally finding massive value as we're nearly finished on this half.
Another sheriff round, but hey, last time this happened, K-Corp really popped off with it. It was a Thrifty. Now the Prowler will force Boaster back, who will hold through window, unsmoked and unperturbed for now. As K-Corp hold their ground.
Trademark will slow things down slightly, Paranoia as well. Sagetsu's going to fall off slightly here. Watch for Martins still hanging out around A. Obviously, he can gate crash backwards. That expires now. He might even just tuck his way into Wine. Spike is heavily uncommitted at this stage, so they still have to pick that one up and decide where they want to go.
Yeah, Fnatic don't want to play close to any of this fade utils, so they don't have to reveal their position unnecessarily. K-Corp just want to be able to early peek and get a lucky headshot as they did in that Thrifty round.
That smoke's been defeated as well. Boaster put that one over towards A main, but because you already have Sagetsu Martin tucked away, he knows there's no push down from Fnatic. So it will be an A finish. They're going to be walking to Alpha. He will rendezvous away, and there's still a trademark there.
Yeah, and walking into Thorns too. A lot rides on what Alpha can withstand. He decides to teleport out, giving out that real estate and let K-Corp make their trail in, and it's the Hunter's Fury from the attacking side investing in such a low buy round, and we're left with a 2 versus 1. Can K-Corp do it again? It's 8 seconds though, and Chronicle's on his way quietly. Aves will have a heads up. Chronicle's gonna make contact with the planter, and that's bait as Aves decides to look away, but it's another Thrifty for K-Corp.
Aves, massive stuff there. 4K, he walks on in, supported by the team, and everyone else around him falls, but he does not. I don't get the coup de grace onto Chronicle as well. There's too many positions to look. He knows where one player is, going for the plant, but Aves completely unknown. Crashing was hoping for more as well. Had a scan onto a secondary player, but just couldn't find the kill. Neither could Alpha, holding his line over towards short, instantly having to rendezvous, not wanting to overstay his welcome, but not able to slow down KC either. So we might find ourselves at a 6-6 by the time this last round is done.
Yeah, if they can convert a rifle round,
Find you.
which so far give them sheriffs and magic will happen. You also have a Stinger and a Guardian from Fnatic, but now a more stacked tree side. That's where Kayak is alongside Boaster. And one away from the dimensional drift to get some information so K-Corp can go in with confidence, but now trying to assess where is that Vice util, and Elite just takes, it's the tip of the spear.
He just straight up swings that one and just gets that opening kill to Chronicle, who's been the top player in the lobby so far, not just for Fnatic, but for everybody. What confidence coming through from, I would have said, our Turkish Sentinel player right now into Astra. Double ult's being played.
Rifle and Cosmic Divide,
But
everything being thrown for A, and Fnatic don't budge. They anchor for now. And K-Corp start to reestablish over at B. They'll cross 2 into Market. Let's see if Crashies can do it again. And he stays as hidden. Fnatic makes his mark over at B. Now it's up to Crashies to hold the door.
Wow.
Will not be swayed by the Yoru clone. And a multi-kill once again. K-Corp are left with just Elite, who opened up with the first blood.
Yeah, it was Boaster first, but really you look over towards Crashies, didn't eat the paranoia, and he's good for it. And now this is just going to be the end. Dimensional Drift spotting things out for the Hunter's Fury. Elite may be dancing around, but he can only dance so much. He only learned two moves as well. As unfortunately, it will be KC finishing out 5 and 7 in the first half, but not too bad considering how much money they were down on. But my concern continues as we move to the defensive side. They don't have a Sentinel. As we sweep across the stage here, seeing all of the fans, Fnatic, KC fans alike. Fnatic fans, a lot more to be happy about so far. One map up in the series, 7 and 5 up in the first half as well as you move and swapping sides. You have a lot of smokes, you have a lot of controllers. But you don't have the ability to fill some of these gaps with Killjoy turret, trap wire, trademark, things that would give you info across the map, alarm bot. None of that is going to there. You're just going to have to pray that the smokes are going to be enough to hold back Fnatic. But do Fnatic and will they respect those smokes?
How about you respecting K-Corp's pistols? 3 out of the 5 rounds they won were thrifties, or of course the first pistol round. So I made the joke, and K-Corp win with rifles, and now I'm kind of being serious. K-Corp fans are starting to chant, try to get their energy up. This is an intense map, one that felt like they could have gone into with an advantage considering they were up 11-6, and tables have turned.
They're up against one of the top teams in the world here, second place at Masters Toronto. Nearly beat Paper X. Like Pilsky said, even that Toronto final could have gone either way, which just shows Fnatic's capability. Strong favorite in this series, but K-Corp have shown so much this tournament so far. And they need a little bit more to get past Fnatic. Need a bigger game from Static as well, who didn't have a good one on Sunset. Right now struggling a little bit with a 1-9 on this Ascent. As strong as ever, Avez leading the way. No Phoenix in hand. Still with the fade. Looking really good. Elite as well. Coming through on one of those thrifty rounds. Sheriff in hand, you talked about it. Nice and sharp.
We'll see if that edge is still sharp. Asada goes pretty unsmoked here around the catwalk side, and it's not going to see much. Early damage into Alpha, though. Recon will assess top mid, and could be a market push, which all rides on Sugetsu to hold.
And you can see, okay, well, first of all, first blood found by Chronicle. Martine's gone. That was a double face as well. Vez just couldn't really follow through until now.
Okay. Ava's taking care of business, but now business has gone elsewhere. This Fnatic droning up through A main, taking their time. There's so many smokes around window and tree area, and are they gonna push past this? Fnatic could be wrapping around. Sugetsu senses something and decides to back away.
Oh, glass has been broken. He got that info. He's hearing footsteps as well. This could be really huge for Sugetsu. Sees a barrel. It gets more through the smoke.
Right through the smoke. Now it's the mind game between him and Alpha.
30 seconds left.
They're gonna call it a truce.
Time.
Fnatic are going elsewhere too.
Yeah, they have to. They got to move right now. It's just Crashies and Alpha.
Oh,
Back
this
over
is
towards
big
B.
for Alpha. Oh, 2 HP. Alpha's on his last life too. and he'll have to hold this back for his planter to hurry up to B.
The retake will have to come through now.
Left.
Just barely enough time to plant. Alpha, oh, this angle is nice.
They're gonna expect it. What? You blink and you miss it. Naves will bait for Elite. The teleport out. Elite has to now re-clear, not knowing if this chamber could wrap around, come from behind yet again. Crashies on the side of the site, not within, not in the back room. Elite, is about to give him a haircut. One down, one to go. He's gonna smoke himself off, get the defuse to have, potentially even stick it, and there is the chamber emerging. It's 4 for Alpha and pistol for Fnatic.
It was about to be another insane Elite pistol round coming on through. You can see he was a little surprised that Crashy saw the armor there. If that was a straight up 1v1 face, Elite might not win that one, given that he only had the Ghost versus the light armor. However, good as ever. Alpha, dependable. Even though this moment comes on through, Alpha's thinking, I'm half out. Do I really want to push my luck pushing through the smoke? No. Play slower. Assist Crashies. Fall off a little bit. Find these angles over towards defender spawn. It gets the numbers down. And then when it comes down to it, in the 1 versus 1, he finds a shot first, and now the Outlaw in hand.
We'll make first contact with Martin if things go well for him, while K-Corp keep 2 around A.
You can see how aggressive KC have to be sometimes to fill these gaps. It's not going to be like a team that can just leave an alarm bot in mid. Sagetsu has to be there with his own body. Smokes won't be enough, but of course also KC on pistols, wanting to push up.
Alpha tries to get eyes and now has to back away because of that drone, and he's revealed, and that means Sugetsu gets to farm, and well, farm 1 at least. We don't have to look at that too much. It's 3 versus 3 though. K-Corp on these lower buys are something else, but Sugetsu is playing chicken, and the wall's the only protection. Chronicle writes a good piece. It's 3 in his favor. Sadak.
He might get a gun.
Good luck.
Find something around the corner here. He will find Boaster, but he's missing. Okay, well, he'll get Boaster down. That's good. He probably was unlikely to find more than that, given there was just no gun on the floor for him to pick up an upgrade. Even a sheriff would have been pretty nice there for Sadak, but IGL and IGL violence. We're going to get to 9-5 in the scoreline. Pistol's being won by Fnatic, and this is a very important gun round now. Otherwise, this gap is just going to develop even further. The economy is never going to truly recover for KC. You've had some thoughts about their gun rounds already. Now this is the one that counts.
Yeah. And if you can count past 3, you're a fan of Alpha, 4K in the pistol, Chronicle with the 4K in the anti-eco. Fnatic are popping off when it matters the most. I'm wondering how Advez takes this situation, because he's tried to walk up B main and now has to play his life after taking initial damage.
Oh, look how far, yeah. Martin, very interesting position. He, of course, has the Great Crash ready to go. That's possibly info as well. This is it. Big kill. Catches Crash. While he's inside the drone, doesn't see it coming. Gate crashes away. No punish at all.
That's the second time Crashies has been kind of caught off guard with a misread of K-Corp sneaking up on him.
I think the drone there was to clear things out, and well, this flash works out in favor for Sagetsu, so Crashies kind of smells something happening, but no time to react.
Oh. TPing within the site would be so risky for Kayak.
Not ready yet.
Siding against it.
Destroyed.
Time's getting low here. This is going to be one of those hashtag Fnatic rounds.
30 seconds left.
Don't take any longer. This is going to end up being a save as well. They've lost 2. Numbers don't look good, but just barely enough. If they can speed up right now, they can still burst on towards A, get a quick plant. Right here. Again, because there's no sentinel or defense, they don't have to worry about trips or alarm bots or anything to slow them down.
Paranoia and a flash.
10 seconds.
Now
Okay.
hearing that orb.
They're just going to take orb and leave. Yeah, okay. No time now. Take orb and leave, and that's all they can
I
do.
got him Steel Garden, I think, so that'll be good for the next.
Doesn't feel good to have a 3-man save on the offense, but Fnatic will play for the stats. as the KC fans will be happy with that one behind us. A few Van Chounts coming on through. KC finally recovering a little bit here. First round of the half going their way, a gun round going their way, and a couple of nice opening frags played by Martin straight onto Crises. And they're denying any moves from Fnatic onto B.
K-Corp won a rifle round, so hold on to your horses. The lead has not gotten too out of hand, usually between 2 or 3, so got to start worrying if Fnatic gets to double digits and how impactful the Steel Garden will be.
Big move up again in mid. Martin once more. Feels like he's got the hot hand so far. Certainly had the timing. Playing through smokes. He's been flashed.
Oh, I thought he teleported out either way. Fnatic.
He got out, Sagetsu did not.
Not so lucky. But look at this double walk up at B main. We've seen this from Aves before, but now he's got a friend.
Yeah, just testing the waters, but there is a share there. Still, it's going to come through from the A short side. Exploration though from Crashies. I think Fnatic might end up tilting over once they realize market and B is open a little. Especially with the door being closed here. Look at the deep. Oh, wow, what a shot. Well, that's going to shut that down. I was going to say, there's a deep gate crash coming through as well. And Martin's going to flank big time. Look at Martin.
Let's see if that will develop in time. You got a 1v1 with Sadak and Chronicle for the spike, which would be difficult for Fnatic to retake considering Boaster is far and away.
30 seconds left.
Slow Fnatic round. This time it's going to be hard to save. It's probably not going to happen at all. Martin's about to find his timing. Chronicles testing waters on the site, but he's going to run out of time to plant. Needs some help from Boaster, who still does have a util.
Oh, I thought it was a high low.
It's low.
Wow, even while blinded, Elite converts. And seconds left, and it's yet another round that Fnatic just run out of time. And K-Corp are okay with them eating all of that time. They keep backing away and backing away.
Yeah. KC fans really piping up now. Yeah, they're loving that one. As we're starting to get into the swing of things a little bit here for KC, forcing 2 saves in a row. To be honest, I respect Boaster for playing that one where he was. Chronicle will test the waters. A support Paranoia will come on through. And to be honest, Chronicle could have won that 1v2 considering the Paranoia hit on both players in hell. However, if it fails, then Boaster is still within the possibility of backing out, saving his gun.
Yeah, every time K-Corp look like they have information, they have a duel, and they just... The option is to swing or to leave. I guess option 3 to stay. They just go all the way from tree backing all the way to hell, setting up for the high-low, which could have been crazy. As the fans stoked to be here and stoked to see if their team will make it into the top 4.
Every team celebration is going to be a fan celebration. Whatever the team's energy is, the fans will double and triple it. Of course, the Fnatic fans on the other side, not as pleased about the last 2 rounds. However, plenty to be happy about in terms of having a map won already in the BO3.
Back-to-back rounds for K-Corp. Just the biggest enemy of Fnatic has been time. But what I like about K-Corp and the reaction to this is to not overreact.
All right, here we go. 2 rifles in hand, 1 into Kayak, 1 brought over from Boaster, dropped over as well. The 2 top players, Chronicle and Kayak, to deliver.
Concealment.
As they have so far, Fnatic still in the lead, and another early mid push up from KC once more.
3 pistols is going to be painful for Fnatic, as that may mean that K-Corp could start to catch up. Like this crossfire and K-Corp in mid. They could swing and try to divide Fnatic even more, catch rotations.
It's really going to come down to, can Fnatic find the gaps in this defense? As mentioned, because there's no sentinels on the defense, gaps will develop somewhere. When both members of KC on A are looking over towards main, short becomes compromised. Right now, playing for retake on B, Crashies, the one testing waters over there, Vez, on the line, but easy to be pushed off. And despite this one being low equipment for the side of Fnatic, Tour de Force starts to even things out a little bit, especially in the hands of Alpha.
K-Corp are forcing Fnatic to walk to them and to walk into their setup and their trap, and it's Chronicle that still punishes it. And even Sugetsu with a crossfire, somehow it's not enough. And Fnatic answered the biggest ways.
cannot deny Althea when he's got the sniper in hand. Vez trying to at least get Crashies down. Surely he's got the shot into this one, and he does. But now he's got a 1 versus 3 ahead of him. Alpha still has his gun in hand in the tour de force, but he's also got a Phantom as well now.
Alpha's had such an insane second half. From the 4K on pistol to delivering here with the ult. So Vez just discovered taking early damage. Is just going to feed himself to the demons, and Fnatic hit double digits.
Althea will give a little bit of backflip over to a Vez, and Fnatic 2 weapons in this round. Purchased up, 1 saved rather. So 1 bought, 1 saved, 1 ultimate. And that was enough. Just dismantling that crossfire setup in mid as well. Chronicle with the opening shot, and the Sagetsu with a little bit too much to do. Would have liked to have seen Sagetsu maybe land 1 shot there, and even the crunch coming through from a short shutdown instantly by Alpha. 2 kills on that tour before they end up getting the plant, and then he finishes off on a Vez. What a round. That could have gone so poorly, given the equipment value for Fnatic.
It's taking these big pop-off, like multi-kill moments out of Fnatic to pull these rounds together. Now 3-2 in the second half in favor of Fnatic.
And I think they understand the game plan, because for KC, they're going to have to position more aggressively. They're going to have to make more plays. They're going to have to do a little bit more searching. Of course, they do have 2 initiators as well for scanning. But many rounds in a row now, KC have wanted to push members out. Martins walked into mid several times, and Fnatic want to punish that. It really was this. Static just wasn't in position to follow through at all. And once the slow field develops after the tour de force kill, it's just hard for Static to walk forward. At least Vez was able to get this kill because Crashies only has a pistol. And Fnatic have found their 10 now. This is dangerous for KC.
2 approaches, right? KC went from kind of going back into hell to actually peeking through tree, and they got punished from Alpha. So I think KC may have to dial back to a more passive style, which rewarded them in the past and ate up a lot of Fnatic's time bank.
A gift.
It's Martin's time to snipe. He wants a little bit of that action. As a reminder, Alpha didn't have an op, that was just a taunt. This could be range advantage found by Martin here. But no one from Fnatic developing mid just yet. Could be a couple still coming through.
Very safe peeks from K-Corp, hiding away. I mean, they had that crossfire over at top mid, and that got punished, so...
Beautiful. Sadak got his revenge.
Opens it up. But now you worry about mid. That's the only thing K-Corp don't know about.
Just under the wall. Ooh, spots ahead! It doesn't get the... Did he?
It was the clone.
Oh, never mind. Well, that would have been a decent opening, though. She's ahead of a clone. That is going to be Kaya. Glad that he sent that one out instead of actually using his own body.
Teleport going to be shot as a distraction, and look how much map control Fnatic have done. Chronicle has paved his way solo. Main character energy all the way through B, wrapping around through the defender's spawn.
And Kaya just knows as well that this is going to end up being peaks from KC.
10 seconds left.
KC are going to be using their own eyes to check for information. Chronicle as well, as you said, just walking over towards B easily. Elite knows he can't win this one. We've seen some insane moments from him. He'll see Kayak's body and take down the 1, but will the hunt be on here? Crashies doesn't have money, but Boaster does. Chronicle has a little bit. But it's looking like they'll just respect it, allow KC to walk away with the 1 gun. But they will find 11, and for Karmine Corp, you start to feel the walls closing in.
Saw Fnatic also ramp things up and really spread the map thin and kind of trust each other to go for the big plays, and that's exactly what Chronicle did. Just scaled up through B, took everyone out in his path.
The slow style from Fnatic is really just causing issues for KC as well, because they're going to start to get impatient. They're going to start to walk through. They're going to start to peek. Start to get punished. 2 rounds left. Karmine desperate to prevent the 12, because when that 12 hits, this is looking like 2-0 for Fnatic. We've seen, of course, Karmine themselves be up to 11. What was the score? 11-6?
Yeah, when I came here.
That's the thing, though. Fnatic is such a stable team. KC, to be truthful, we all know that they are the underdogs in this matchup. They've had a couple of good games, so they need to do something really beautiful now especially with some low buys here. Only 3 rifles in this round.
Chronicle's also at 26 kills, 10 more than the next person on his team. Like, it's awesome to see Chronicle and Alpha be consistent from Masters Toronto where they peaked to still being great here.
Martin's walk forward again. He might be able to find a shot onto Alpha if he is lucky. This could be interesting. Does Alpha know to look down? Oh, yep. Martin missed, so that's a problem. Martin actually may have gotten that kill, but Althea just in time. Even got the rendezvous out as well. Man, that is a missed opportunity and a half.
Having to turn around a 4v5. K-Corp are also trying to change things up and go for different looks and not just shy away and be scared. Or Fnatic are going to run away with this game and run away into the semifinal.
And by the way, Alpha took no damage from that. Martin missed both the Guardian shots. And Alpha is considering the fact that Sagetsu still might be there. That's going to be confirmed very quickly. Sagetsu needs to get out.
Dimensional drift to go look out through B, and it's an early Nightfall to try and stop any follow-up. If Fnatic were trying to hit it quickly, so that's not going to get value, so Fnatic will pivot, use the Steel Garden. Paranoia opens up through Tree, and the one to hold it back is Elite, already sitting through in Heaven. Paranoia, oh, Chronicle with the tap! Another round where Chronicle muscles for Fnatic. It was a 3K last round, another multi-kill here, and a multi-kill, a 4K from Chronicle in the anti-eco in the second half. He is insane today.
And now it's the match point that KC have been dreading. And of course, that particular round, the key thing that you see here, of course, after, unfortunately, Martin doesn't quite get the shot in, is the fact that you have the Nightfall coming through from Mavez on towards B, showing the lack of information they're dealing with. He doesn't know where Fnatic are coming from. As soon as the Fnatic speed up happens, he's concerned that he's about to get flooded, sends the Nightfall away, but that's not actually where the hit is. And KC again are going to walk up. They've walked up so many times. Look how many plays from Fnatic are at the top of mid so far. They're ready to punish us. What they do is Martin down, so gets you to follow, and I think the round is basically done. The tournament for KC may be done.
Hunter's Fury could be what saves it, but Stadak is kind of right in the middle of the party. And Fnatic don't need invitations. They just kick the door down. They're within the A site, and Aves tries to rejoin Stadak's side, and Stadak won't even get to use the ultimate. It's gonna be all over, and Aves crumbles, and so do K-Corp. The French stay silent, and Fnatic to the top 4.
It's Fnatic